Okay, can you just...
Okay, go for it.
Okay, all right. Sorry, everyone, that you had to hear that. So I am giving my shir on Vihi B'chati Halayla, and if you look at the title, it says, in the midnight hour, I will feel your power. And I know that some people said, oh, that's a Madonna song. And yes, that's correct. It is a Madonna song. And yes, I know that it's about a topic that is not necessarily the most kosher. However, we are going to flip that on its head tonight. And we are going to make it a kosher, v'yosher kind of song title. So firstly, I would like to start by going to where Vihi B'chati Halayla really emanates. From where it emanates. If you look at source number 1, Shmo Parak Yud Aleph Pasuk Daled, it says, "Vayomer Hashem, Ko Amar Hashem, Kachatzot Halayla Ani Yotzei B'toch Mitzrayim," which loosely translated means, Moshe said, so said Hashem, at something, the middle of the night, I will come in the middle of Mitzrayim. So if we look at Rashi in source number 2, Rashi says, B'chleik halayla kachatzot, kamo ka'olot, which is in Yehoshua Parak Vav Pasuk Tetvav, which I put there for you. Kechalot, which is in Dvarim Parak Lamed Aleph Pasuk Chaf Daled, which I also put the source there for you, just so that you could get a sense of what we were talking about. Ba'churot apam banu, which is in Tehillim Kuf Chaf Daled Pasuk Gimel. Zohu pshoto liyoshvo shel ofno she'en chatzot shem davar shel chatzi, right? Which essentially means that this is talking about the half of something. Rabotinu darshuhu kamo kachatzi halayla, right? Which means that our rabbis explained thusly, kachatzi halayla, it's at about the middle of the night. Va'amru she'amar Moshe kachatzot, jeshem mishema samuch lo, o lefanav, o la'acharav, v'lo amar bachatzot, shama yit'u tagnine paro, v'yomru Moshe vadaihu, which is from Masechet Brachot, Daf Daled Amud Aleph, which means at approximately midnight, Moshe said approximately, so that the astrologers of Paro, if it would have been midnight on the dot, and Moshe's prediction hadn't come true and Hashem weren't coming in Mitzrayim, then they would say, Moshe, you're a liar. And so Hashem allowed Moshe to say Kechatzot halayla, so that Moshe would have some wiggle room. Also, just so you know, I like to make my source sheets very accessible for everybody. So I also put some English down there if you want. The Rashbam, who is actually Rashi's grandson, he explains Kachatzot halayla thusly. Ko amar Hashem kachatzot halayla, kachatzot min chatzeh, which is essentially the same thought process as Rashi. Kamo ka'asot min asa, ka'alot hamincha, which again I put the source there for you. Min Allah, klomar she'agia zman yetziat Yisrael k'shei chatzeh halayla. That at around the time, when that time comes of about midnight, then Bnei Yisrael will leave. Again, as I put here in the English, it's an infinitive construct from the root chatzah, like asa, to, right? This is in order to, again, give some wiggle room. So if we move to later, in the second actual place where it says B'chati halayla, and this time it says Bachatzi instead of Kachatzi, we're going to see something develop. Vihi B'chati halayla, Hashem hika kol b'chor be'eretz Mitzrayim b'chor b'haro hayoshev al kiso b'chor hashvi asher b'veit habor v'chol b'chor behema ve'ekam paro layla הוא בכל עבודה וכל מצרים, ותהי צעקה גדולה במצרים, כי אין בית אשר אין שם מת. ויקרא משה אל אהרון לילה, ויאמר קומו צאו מתוך עמי גם אתם, גם בני ישראל, ולכו עבדו את השם כדברכם. גם תונכם, גם כרכם, קחו כאשר דיברתם, ולכו וברכתם גם אותי. ותחזק מצרים על העם, למהר לשלחם מן הארץ, כי אמרו כולנו מתים. Right? Basically, that the Mitzrim, kind of like now, they were afraid that there was a pandemic going around and people were screaming in the middle of the night. It's a gdola, which we're going to look at in sources 5 and 6 as to what that means. It was everybody. It didn't matter what economic status you had, kind of like now, which I didn't mean to actually have this be a little bit Corona-esque, but we're seeing now that it doesn't matter how rich a person is, how poor a person is, what their life status is, whether they're married, whether they're not, young, old, and nothing. If somebody was a Bechor back in Mitzrayim, again, his economic status didn't matter, his life situation, whether he was married, single, young, old, nothing mattered. If he was a Bechor, he was going to die. Right? And so Paro gets up in the middle of the night and he has a tza'aka gdola b'Mitzrayim. What is a tza'aka gdola? So often when there is a phrase like that, a tza'aka gdola, we have to look at other places in Tanakh where this phrase occurs. Those two places are in Breshit, Parak 27, Pasuk Olamed Daled, Kishma Esav et divrei aviv, vayitzak tza'aka gdola umara ad me'od, vayomer la'aviv bracheni gam ani avi. Right? This is when Esav is supposed to get the bracha and he got thwarted by his twin Yaakov, right? Vayakaveni ze pamayim, he tricked me now twice. Here it says that he had a tza'aka gdola umara ad me'od, that he screamed a long, loud, bitter scream. And he says to his father, also give me a blessing. Fine, let's put that to the side. And in Shmuel, Parak Yud Aleph, which is actually just a parak before, by Tata Kagdola B'chol Eretz Mitzrayim Asher Kamohu Lo Hayta U'Kamohu Lo Tosiv. When Hashem is telling Moshe about Makat B'chol before it happens, Hashem says that there will be a tza'aka gdola, that there will never have been before and there never will be again in Eretz Mitzrayim. And so now exactly what Hashem said is occurring. There is a tza'aka gdola. It's not as we see as Esav's ad me'od, and it's not mara. It's just this. It's a barbaric yom. It is a guttural, gut-wrenching scream. So you're going to think, what does this all have to do with Vayhi B'chati Halayla, Rivka? Okay, so let's look at Vayhi B'chati Halayla. I happen to love Vayhi B'chati Halayla, and nobody ever talks about it. And so I decided to, because that's just what I like to do. As Nisim Hifleta Balayla, Barosh Ashmuru Zeh Halayla, Ger Tzedek Nitzachto Kanechlak Lo Layla, Vayhi B'chati Halayla. Let's look at this. You performed many miracles at night. This is us talking to Hashem. You performed many miracles at night. These miracles came at the beginning of a watch at night. So if you actually look at actually I didn't put it in there. That's very funny. I would like to thank Myron Chaitovsky, who was actually on this call, for this interesting Yanai Python information that came from his Yalkut. And so, Myron, thank you. A watch at night. We learn in the Gemara Brachot, actually, on Daf, like Daled Amud Aleph, that there were different watches during the night, different shimurim, which is actually kind of where the night of Pesach, the first night, gets its name, Leil Shimurim, because there were watches at night. These miracles happened at the beginning of a watch at night. A righteous convert, did you make victorious when it was divided for him at night? What is that talking about? It's talking about Abraham Avinu. If you look at source 2 right over here, it's talking about Abraham Avinu in Breshit, Parak Yodalad, Pasuk Tevav, if you feel like looking it up. And it was in the middle of the night. Dan Tamelch Grar b'chalom halayla, Yifchad ta'arami be'emes layla, be'emesh layla. V'yashar Yisrael malach v'yuchal lo layla, v'hi b'chzi halayla.
I'm gonna hang up.
Okay. Right? You judged the king of Grar in a dream of the night. He had a dream, right? This is actually recorded in Tanakh that he woke up with a start. He was frightened. And so he knew that he had to send Sarah back to Abraham, or rather at that time he was Abram, because he had taken her, right? This was the dream that he had in the middle of the night. You're frightened in Aramean in the dark of the night. Who is that? That's Arami Obed Avi, that's Lavan. And Yisrael dominated an angel and was able to withstand him at night. That is when Hashem's Malach is fighting with Yaakov, and then he gets the name Yisrael, right? And that was in the middle of the night. Let us continue. You crushed the firstborn of Patros in the middle of the night. Their wealth did not find them. They did not find when they got up at night. This is again referring to Mitzrayim. They didn't find their wealth when they got up at night. Tisata Nagid Charosha Silita B'chulchvei Laila, the attacker, the leader of Charoshet, which is Sisra, did you sweep away by the start of the night? By Hibachzi Halayla. You see how we're going through history and we're seeing a theme that redemptive things seem to be happening in the middle of the night. Keep that thought at the back of your mind. Ya'at mecharef lenofet ivuye hovashta parga balayla kara bel matzavo beishon layla leish chamudot nigla raz chazot layla vayhibachzi halayla. The blasphemer counseled the wave of desired ones. He wore corpses on his head because of you at night. Bel and his pedestal were bent down in the pitch of night. The pitch of night meaning the middle of the night when it is pitch black, black like pitch. To the man of delight, Daniel, Ish Chamudot, was revealed secret visions at night by Hibachzi Halayla. It was in the middle of the night. If you look actually at the bottom of the page, which I will do for you now actually, I have all of these references signaled here. So there's Shoftim, there's Sancher of Melech Ashur, in Melachim, Parak Yotzet, Pasuk Lamed Hey. Again, we're talking about Daniel now, so that's in Daniel, Parak Hey, Pasuk Lamed. And then Ish Chamudot is actually just referring to Daniel. The blasphemer is Sancheirav, just for those of you who didn't catch that part. Okay. Mishaker b'chlei kodesh neharag bo balayla. The ones who got drunk, if we look down at number 12 over here, that is Belshazzar. Belshazzar was also during the time of Daniel, right? There's bad kings happening during the time of Daniel. So Belshazzar, he got drunk in the middle of the night, right? From holy vessels from the holy vessels was killed on that night. He was killed because of that. Nosab mibor ariot poter be'itute layla. This is again referring to Daniel in the Gov Arayot. Sin anatar agid Agagi v'chatav Sfarim b'layla. This is referring to the Agagite, who is that's Haman. Hatred was preserved by the Agagite who wrote books at night. He wrote out a plan, or not that he necessarily wrote out a plan, but he formulated a plan at night. So much so that he went up and he went to the palace in the middle of the night to go knock on Ahasuerus's door, right? In the middle of the night. He wrote books at night. Vihi Bachti Halayla. This was in the middle of the night. Arartani Tachta la Benedid Shnat Layla. Puro Tidroch Lishmor Mami Layla. Tarach Kashomer Vesachata Boker Vagam Layla. Vihi Bachti Halayla. You aroused your victory upon him by disturbing the sleep of the night. To whom is that referring? Let's look at 13. That's Achashverosh and Haman, right? The plan was thwarted because Achashverosh woke up, and Achashverosh was a little spooked by the fact that Haman was there, right? In the middle of the night, because why does an advisor need to go to the king in the middle of the night just to say his interesting idea? You will stomp the winepress for one who guards from anything at night. He yelled like a guard and spoke, the morning has come and also the night. It was in the middle of the night. Karev Yom Asher Hulo Yom V'lo Layla. This is referring actually to the days This is referring to Zechariah, Parak 14, Pasuk 7, actually, which is talking about Yemot HaMashiach and the end of days. There won't be Yom and there won't be Laila. High one, make known that yours is day and yours is also the night, right? Reim Hoda Kilacha Hayom Aflacha Halayla. Hashem has dominion over the day and over the night. Illuminate the light of the day, the darkness of the night, and it was in the middle of the night. Shomrim Hafked Le'ircha Kol Hayom B'chol Halayla Te'ir Ka'or Yom Chashachta Layla Vihi Bachti Halayla. Hashem is going to have dominion over both night and day. This is actually, to me, reminiscent of the Morot Hagdolim that Hashem created on day number 4, way back in Breshit. Hashem had dominion over those two Morot Hagdolim, but before that, on Yom HaRishon, right, on the first day, there was light and there was dark without those Morot Hagdolim. Now, I got this from Myron also, Myron Chaitovsky. Myron put together this acrostic, God performed many miracles at night. He wrote out what each letter represents and then just wrote it in English, which I thought was quite helpful. But here, I'm going to go back to the phrase Vihi Bachti Halayla. Where else did this come up? It comes up in Megillat Ruth. Now you could say to me, Rivka, Ma inyan Megillat Ruth to, Sipur Yetziat Mitzrayim. And I'm going to tell you, don't worry, I'm going to thread it together for you later. Vihi Bachti Halayla, ve'cherad ha'ish v'yelafet, v'hinei isha shochavit meraglotav. And it came to pass at midnight or in the middle of the night that the man was startled. About whom is this speaking? It's talking about Boaz. And he turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. Again, the woman being Ruth. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole thing about how Shochavim Meraglotav could also be Margalotav, and then you can deduce from that what you will, because what was she doing there in the middle of the night? But this is the turning point in the story, right? This is the point where everything changes. In Shoftim, Parak Tet-Zayin, Vaishtav Shmishon, Ad Chatzi Halayla. So again, this is not really Vihi Bachti Halayla. This is Ad Chatzi Halayla. Vayakam Bachatzi Halayla, Vayachoz Badaltot Shar Ha'ir, Ubeshe HaMezudov, Vayisaim Im HaBariach, Vayasem Al Ktefav, Vaya'alim Al Rosh Hahar, Asher Al Pnei Hebron. And Shimshon lay until midnight and arose at midnight, right? So two things are happening at midnight, right? He's waiting until midnight, which is the middle of the night, right? Because presumably people wouldn't be out then. And then he arises at midnight. and held the doors of the gate of the city and the 2 posts and plucked them up. Remember, Shimshon has unbelievable strength. And he put them upon his shoulders and carried them to the top of the mountain that is before Hebron. This is a turning point of the story. The apex of what is going to happen with the Plishtim happens at that point with Shimshon in the middle of the night. I want to go down to a mechilta and I want to look at it together with you. Vihi b'chati halayla. Lama ne'emar. The mechilta asks the question that we've essentially been asking, which is, why do I care? Why does it say? Why does it say this? Right? We looked. The pasuk said that Moshe said that Hashem said that at around the middle of the night, I will take Bnei Israel out. She'i afshar lebasar v'adam la'amur al chatzio shel halayla. Aval kan yotzro chalko. What is the point here that the mechilta is saying? He's saying because it's impossible for man to know when exactly is the dead center middle of the night. We don't know. Aval kan yotzro chalko, but Hashem cut it in half here, right? But Moshe wouldn't be able to say, as we saw earlier with the Rashbam, oh, I'm going to say baxatzot, because what if it didn't happen at exactly the middle of the night? Moshe could count on Hashem, but he couldn't count on his own words, because what if the Khartoumim saw something different? What if it wasn't at exactly the middle of the night? What if it was 1 minute after midnight and Hashem decided to do it that way? Moshe didn't know, until Moshe couldn't rest in his laurels to say Bachatzi halayla, in the dead smack middle of the night. I want to look now at a pasuk that we actually say every Shabbat. It's in Tehillim Parak Tzadivet, right, which is 92. Tov lahodot Hashem ulezamer l'shimcha elyon lahagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha b'leilot. It's good to praise Hashem and to sing praise to his high, lofty name, to tell of his chesed, of his kindness during the day, and of emunatcha b'leilot. So here's the sticky wicket. The emunatcha b'leilot, one could say that it sounds like an our faith in him at night. And then the question could be asked, aren't I supposed to have faith in Hashem all the time, during the day and during the night? And that is true. So I like the second reading better. Ve'emunatcha b'leilot. It's not us talking about ourselves. It's the emunatcha, the emunah that Hashem has in us. We're talking to Hashem. The emunatcha, your emunah, Hashem, b'leilot. In whose emunah is Hashem placed? In whom does Hashem place his emunah? In us. Because we're going to still be loyal subjects. We are still going to do his bidding, which is exactly what happened during Sipur Yetziat Mitzrayim. Hashem said, you're going to put a lamb at the end of your bed, and you're going to put the lamb's blood on your doorpost, and then you're going to go in the middle of the night, and you're going to go and collect your due payment, and then you're gonna leave. And Bnei Israel didn't balk. They didn't not go, for the most part. The people who didn't want to go were killed later. But the people who had to leave, they did as they were told. They had emunah in Hashem that everything was going to work out for the best. This is the lesson of Pesach. This is the lesson of our lives, really. That we really have to understand that everything from Hashem is going to work out in the end. He has emunah in us at night, that we're going to do the right thing, and we have emunah in him. I entitled this In the Midnight Hour I Will Feel Your Power, not because of the Madonna song, but because of the power that Hashem had and displayed in the middle of the night, and that we had to believe in him, and he believed in us as well. Not that Hashem needs to believe in us, but he did in order to exact his power and his will. I don't know if anybody has any questions, but I didn't know how long my shir was supposed to be. And so this is how long it is.
This was really great. If anybody has any questions, feel free to go down to the participants button and click on it, and then click raise hand. And I'll be happy to unmute you. Amalia Clapper.
Hi everybody. Hi Rivka. That was awesome. Thanks so much for bringing this to my Chol Moed. I just want to say thank you, because I will admit that we skipped the ויהי בחצות הלילה. We used to just say the Laila, Halaila, Balaila, ויהי בחצות הלילה, and just sort of skip through it. But it actually is awesome. How long have you liked that?
I've actually really liked the piyut of ויהי בחצות הלילה for a really long time. We have a tune in my house that I have literally only just started to get good at, and that's because of my preparing for this shir. I just also think that we don't necessarily recognize how many things happen in the middle of the night, and how much the stories in Tanakh have that pivotal moment in the middle of the night that like nobody necessarily knows about in the rest of Bnei Israel, and yet everything changes so drastically because of that. And so that's why I really like it, and I can really, I get it, because we in our own lives, we don't necessarily understand how things fit together, and so I just really take it that way.
Anyone else?
Okay.
Oh, Zahava Bauer has raised her hand. Let me unmute her.
Hi.
Go ahead, Zahava.
You can't see me right now. I'm not going to turn on my video, but hi, Rivka. Thank you so much for this.
Hi.
So I was thinking also that it's not really a question, it's more of a comment, that you also you think about night as a time of like a lot of like disarray and chaos, and like, you know, we can't really see clearly. So the fact that Hashem makes things happen and like almost creates clarity at night kind of shows how like Hashem's power, you know what I'm saying? Like for us, like humans need to do things during the day, because like we can't function at night, you know, and like we can't like figure things out at night. But Hashem can like make really cool things happen even in the middle of the night, when, you know, for us it's like all confusing, and for Hashem it's like, you know, clear as day.
Right. Yeah, and I think that that's definitely something that, at least with my title, I tried to have come across, that Hashem is all powerful. So it doesn't matter whether it's during the day or in the middle of the night, because it's not the same, but it doesn't matter. It's just Hashem is all powerful, and this needed to be done. It needed to strategically happen in the middle of the night, because even think about it, like I woke up in the middle of the night the other night, and actually what was really funny is that I asked Siri, I was like, hey Siri, what time is it? And she was like, it's 5:01 a.m., which is just like cool, but it felt like the middle of the night because it was so dark outside. for Hashem to get it exactly right, that's power that only Hashem has.
Right.
Wonderful. There was also a comment in the chat. I don't know if you saw it or not, Rivka, where Shira says, we also always skip it, but I'll say it next year. And I'll let you know that in my family, this is the first year that we did Sidarim here in our house. And it's been a long-standing tradition in my father's house that he says it and the rest of the family says, Lila, Lila, Lila. So my kids are like, we're doing the Zadie's Halila by Lila and Pesach. We're doing the way they
Yeah,
so
but
I have a whole new appreciation for it now. So thank you.
yeah, absolutely. If anybody has any questions, you can definitely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's somebody else who we're hearing. I'm not sure who it is.
That's Esther. You're hearing me just.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I thought everybody else was muted.
Can't unmute myself, but in
Thank you very much, Rivka.
Yeah.
This was truly wonderful, and thank you all for joining us. If you're interested, at 9 o'clock at the same Zoom address, we'll be having a Kumsitz with Hanani Sandler and Benjamin Ginsberg. And I hope we get to see you all back here at 9 o'clock. Thank you, Rivka. Really wonderful.
Thank you. Take care, everybody. Moadim l'simcha.
Take care.